The UFC White House card was generational. This is what fights are all about. We had so many good moments, from Strickland getting arrested trying to sneak into the event, to Tyson Fury randomly walking out like he was stepping in to fight Hokit instead of Lewis. There were finishes in every fight, so many great slimeouts. We had favorites getting it done in dominant fashion. Of course, as is standard now, we had the least likely underdogs just pulling it off like it was nothing. Fighters were coming out of the White House for the walkout. I really liked how they played this off, with everyone starting from different rooms. We had Dana and Trump awkwardly walking out together. I just know for a fact Dana really wanted to hold hands with him like he does with his other friends. So yeah, the fights were absolute bangers. 7 fights, 7 finishes. Unbelievable. UFC cooked with these matchups.
It was perfect. Perfect.
At the start, when this got announced, I had huge expectations for all the fights. I was thinking Conor Khabib 2, Islam vs Topuria, Goku vs Gojo, like I was thinking crazy. Then we got the card and I was a bit disappointed, but seeing how this played out, it was perfect. Not the 3 to 4 title fights I expected, but damn did it deliver. I also didn't know how the whole outside arena was gonna work, but they really did execute this well. This is going to keep us fed for weeks till the Conor fight. Man, I was scared in the first here. Garcia looked so in control. He was the one moving forward and pushing Lopes back, just technically outstriking him. This was one of the rare 50-50 fights on the card. In my opinion, I really didn't want Lopes to lose, especially after Dana White embarrassed him during the press conference.
Where's the translator at?
He's good.
You did?
That was in English.
That was English?
That was English.
Oh shit, alright.
Shut your ass up, Baldy. I understood him perfectly, okay? Leave Pookie alone. I was really just panicking because I didn't think the technical approach suits Lopes. He needs to be wild to thrive, and that's why he lost to Volk twice. Volk is just too composed. So yeah, in the first he wasn't wild, but then in round 2, my Pookie Bear just starts scrapping in the pocket and murders Garcia. He was limp on the ground after that ground and pound. I don't think anybody beats Lopes while just throwing haymakers in the pocket. His chin is too good and his power is unmatched. He was literally made for wild fights. Really happy Pookie got it done. It was the perfect opening fight of the night. Bo Nickal. This one was maybe one of the more boring ones to start. It says a lot because it wasn't bad overall, but compared to the rest it was on the lower end. Bo Nickal takes Daukaus down and wrestles him early on until Herzog had enough, stood him up, and Bo just slimes him out right after that. I really felt like a Daukaus fluke win was coming given his recent 2 fights, but I was wrong. Bo seems to have improved a lot, and I think he is ready for a ranked opponent next. Respect to him, because I did doubt if he still had it in him after the Reigner the Reader fight. But despite all that, he should not be on these massive cards. He has to earn it first, like the rest of the fighters had to. You could tell right away Chandler's demise was imminent in this one. With every shot it was getting worse. Everyone knew Chandler was not making it out of this one alive. Ruffy was just too fluid with his shots. He didn't fear nothing, no fear of the takedown or Chandler's power. He just knew he had it, really just showing his improvement after going to Volkanovski's camp and training with him. That patented Ruffy spinning wheel kick is just too beautiful. Such a perfect shot, he landed it and wobbled Chandler, which started the beginning of the end for him. He hit him with a few more shots after that and he was wraps. Put him on his knees and finished him. So yeah, Chandler is done. He should call out Conor again to get slapped by him too, but if not, he should just call it quits. Yeah, I don't think that's happening anymore, buddy. Chandler really should have retired after tonight. Starting off, Lewis looked really huge to me compared to Hokit. I was thinking maybe he could get it done, but Lewis is not the man he once was. There's no dog in him left. Hokit just kept jump kicking and spazzing around in the first round. I was just expecting him to randomly get KO'd, but then he took down Lewis easily and dished out some great ground and pound. The round proceeded with Lewis, who's looking like an absolute scrub now, just being taken down over and over and beaten by Hokit. It was quite embarrassing to see. Hokit tried a weird armbar to end the first. Felt like he didn't really know how to finish it, but maybe he was just aura farming. Round 2, Hokit was putting hands on Lewis early, really styling on him. Lewis was barely walking in the ring. He was showing signs of quitting and Hokit slapped him. He should really be next for the title after the Aspinall and Gane rematch gets settled. Walking to the ring, Helwani looked petrified. Bro was shaking in his boots. Zahabi was running early, just looked like a victim in there to start. He was overreacting to Sean's feints like crazy. All while O'Malley looked super composed and ready to hunt the lamb for slaughter that Zahabi was. End of the first had O'Malley stinging Zahabi with some big shots. Second round was more of the same. Zahabi maybe looked a little less scared, but all he was doing was just spamming low kick. I mean, they were doing damage, but it seemed like he really thought he was gonna TKO O'Malley with those. That's not how it works, little bro. Sean is too good for that. He was eating huge shots just to get out a leg kick. Soon after, O'Malley cracked him bad with a stiff left that dropped him, and as Ariel was standing up, O'Malley hits a perfect right hand to put him down for the walk-off KO. I didn't really think it was that early. Zahabi was done in my opinion. But yeah, I need that Sean vs Peter rematch now. This is where the UFC got strike again. Everything went according to plan all the way up until now. But we all know that's not how the UFC works. Something impossible has to happen. Pereira was hitting Gane with some early head kicks. Gane was hitting him with some early low kicks. I fear O'Malley was right though. Pereira is thick. I was really distracted with that thing bouncing around, so I may not remember this fight the best. Pereira returned with the low kicks, but Gane had some solid shots and was throwing hits in the latter half of the first. Pereira got 2 good punches at the end of the first though, but it felt like a Gane round. But yeah, we can't have shit. Round 2, Gane catches him and just hits him with like 20 back of the head shots. This guy really is a piece of shit. He might genuinely be the dirtiest fighter ever, right there with Jon Jones. Pereira somehow manages to get up despite all the back of the headshots, and I was waiting for him to maybe catch Gane with a sneaky hook, but it didn't happen. 2 days to go on, Pereira loses to Gane in a standing stoppage. Absolutely horrible. The only underdog on the card I really didn't want to win. I used to really like Gane, but he is just a privileged cheater who gets infinite title shots and can get away with every foul in the book. Don't really know what Pereira does from here. It seems nobody is ever going to be triple-weight champ. Not as mad with this one, but yeah, how does every underdog win in the main events this year? You can't predict nothing. Ilia was plunging in early with some heavy overhands, Gaethje was doing well, he even cut Ilia on the eye, but that overhand was smacking him on his head. I don't know, Justin was just really doing solid there. He landed some overhands, uppercuts, and was trying the left head kick to try and catch Ilia. There were some big exchanges in the pocket. Ilia got a big cut to the eye after the first round. Second round was filthy from Ilia. The damage started showing on Topuria's face, but it seemed like he was the one hitting better, harder shots on Justin. That left body shot has like a spring, it's always so perfect. I would be pissing blood for weeks after those body shots. He dropped Gaethje with body shots, got on top of him in full mount, tried for an armbar but didn't get it. I feel like he should have just kept punching him there, because they were covered in blood and they were so slippery I feel like he couldn't get the armbar done. Justin survives the second and Ilia slows down massively in the third. He seemed to have completely gassed out trying to finish Justin. The round was much slower with Gaethje just jabbing. He hurts Ilia with a big right and drops him. Puts him in a front choke and tries to end him, but it doesn't happen. They get back up and Justin just viciously jabs the right eye of Topuria. Ilia was done at the end of the third and Justin got a nice left high kick to end it. He completely squished his nose. It looked like a pancake. I don't know how he was even breathing after that. The doctor tried to stop it before the fourth, but the UFC just told him to back off, little bro. We can't end the main event like this. In the fourth, it was pretty much over. Ilia was holding his eyes, tried wrestling Gaethje a bit, but Justin was just stuffed it and continued to unload on him. In the end, he hit him with a crazy knee to the side of the body that had to break a rib. As the round ended, Ilia looked like he got stung by 100 bees. His corner called it off and Justin Gaethje becomes champ. How does this keep happening, man? Gaethje does a backflip off cage and then falls on his neck and dies. Poor guy was champ for like 10 seconds. No, but seriously, one day he's genuinely gonna make himself brain dead from that. I can't believe he actually did it. After all these years, at the age of 37, Justin Gaethje does it at the White House. How the hell do all these underdogs keep winning main events? You can't predict this shit at all. Just bet on what you least expect to happen and you'll make it. This was literally the worst possible outcome for Ilia. He loses all of his aura and hype. The invincible fighter he once was is now gone. Don't know where he goes from here, even though he was like 2 wins away from being the GOAT. This sport really is one of a kind. And there you have it. The UFC 250 Freedom event was a success. Every fight was a banger. I absolutely loved it. You can't predict nothing lately, but damn, these fights are entertaining. Hopefully we get more of these types of stack cards moving on. We are going to get some great new matchups after this. But most of all, I'm really glad Sean won, so we can get the Peter fight next. Can't wait to see what the UFC cooks up after this.